Now on Good Morning Northwest, Spokane's state of emergency. Chaos in downtown Spokane overnight as protesters clash with ICE agents. Former City Council President Ben Stuckert among the 30 people detained. We are live this morning with the latest.
And if you notice a smoky smell this morning, you are definitely not alone. Where we're seeing lowered air quality and where that smoke will be headed next in my forecast.
And new details in the search for Travis Decker, the Wenatchee man accused of murdering his 3 young daughters. What the sheriff's office reveals about their strategy to bring him in. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Glad you're with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Thursday, June 12th. We are waking up this morning after a chaotic night in Spokane. A pair of protests against ICE converged downtown, one led by former City Council President Ben Stuckert.
The former candidate for mayor was one of about 30 people detained last night. He was released this morning. Alexandra Konyarts is live from where this all happened. This led to the mayor declaring a state of emergency with a curfew that we are coming out of within the last hour.
That's right, Robin. We are just coming out of that curfew and things are a lot calmer here than they were last night. Now, we are right outside of the ICE building, which is on West Cataldo, close to the intersection with Washington. Last night, this area was filled with smoke, a lot of protesters and a lot of police officers. Now, this was all organized by that man that you just mentioned earlier, Ben Stuckert, who was a former city council member, and he said that they were trying to stop ICE agents from taking a Venezuelan asylum seeker who was inside of this ICE facility. Now, he started this all with a Facebook post and a call to action asking people to start gathering here. Now, on your screen, you can see Stuckert being handcuffed. He was eventually booked into a Spokane County jail for failing to disperse during the protest. Stuckert was joined by other protesters and sat in front of a bus that he says was taking the young man to the Northwest ICE Processing Center. Our Marissa Rio had the opportunity to speak with him. Here is what he had to say.
You can't help spend time with them and not understand just what great young men they are. They've done everything right, and they're escaping horrible situations. And then to have them come in for a checkup and be detained illegally is morally reprehensible.
A second protest near Red Wagon in downtown started around 7 p.m. and ended up joining this protest here led by Stuckert. This all led to a state of emergency that was said to now have come out to its end just about an hour ago. Spokane police say more than 180 officers were deployed in reaction to all of this. They also said that around 9 p.m. there were no more detainees left inside of this ICE facility, and that luckily there was no major injuries reported in correlation to all of this. For now, reporting live, Alexandra Konyarts, 4 News Now.
Thanks so much. Well, after he was released from jail this morning, Stuckert posted on Facebook saying the 2 young men that prompted his protest were arrested and taken by ICE to Tacoma.
He also wrote that the protest was 99.9% peaceful and continued by saying, "What is happening is wrong. These 2 young men were not criminals and were following the law. I have much privilege and I'm able to protest and be arrested. Many others in our community need us to stand up for them. They are not in a position to do this. It is our moral responsibility to stand for them." And again, that state of emergency declared by Mayor Lisa Brown last night due to the protests has now been lifted.
Yeah, it stayed in effect overnight until just about an hour or so ago. To give you a better idea of what area it affected, you can see the boundaries here on the map from Boone south to Spokane Falls Boulevard and from Howard Street east to Division. The curfew began at 9:30 last night and lasted through 5 this morning. The only exceptions to the curfew were for law enforcement, emergency personnel, media, people living in the area, and those going to and from work. At this point, it's not clear if similar curfews are on the table should protests continue. We will follow the story for you as it develops. Look for the very latest right here and on KXLY.com.
And more breaking news this morning. If you're smelling smoke, this may be why. This is the Rowena fire that's burning in the Columbia River Gorge near Lyle, Washington. That's right on the Oregon border. More than 3,300 homes were under evacuation orders last night, and that smoke has now made its way to Spokane. You've probably noticed.
Yeah, and tracking it for us, meteorologist Matt Gray.
Yeah, and that fire ended up shutting down I-84 as well briefly last night. Sounds like things are back open there, but it doesn't really matter for us because the smoke from whatever happened down there last night has made its way into the inland northwest. Right now, some monitors around the Spokane area up to 103 on the AQI index. So that is unhealthy for sensitive groups. You are going to notice the campfire smell in the air. It is not very pleasant this morning. If you're particularly sensitive to smoky conditions, now is the time, the next few hours, probably need to either stay inside or just, quite frankly, make sure you're taking the proper precautions. Put that AC on recirculate this morning. That'll help keep some of the smoke out of the car. Airway Heights still in that orange range, but things are improving in Ritzville, so the smokiest air is coming over Spokane right now. Coeur d'Alene also dropped down to moderate air quality here just a little bit ago. We're still in the green for Newport and Sandpoint, but this smoke is all going to be tracking up to the north as we head through the rest of the morning. So I'll show you that here briefly, expecting some improvements around 9 a.m. for the I-90 corridor, and we will continue to see that smoke tracking north and gradually dissipating as we head into the afternoon. Your forecast for your afternoon coming up here in a few minutes.
We are following breaking news. 8 people were arrested after a protest in downtown Seattle took a huge turn. In this video, you see many police officers at the scene last night. Now, the protest was organized to take a stand against ICE and immigration policies, but Seattle police say things turned violent and officers were assaulted. Take a look. This is what happened last night. Hundreds of people were seen marching through downtown and headed to the federal building. Some held signs saying ICE out, while others were seen burning American flags. Then around 10 p.m., things got heated. Police say people started throwing fireworks, rocks, and even cement at officers near 3rd and Marion. And at one point, a dumpster was set on fire. In a post on X, the Seattle Police Department says they took these steps to de-escalate the protests. At around 10 p.m., police asked protesters to leave downtown. Then around 10:30, officers began clearing the area and directing people to leave safely. But by 11 p.m., Seattle police says protesters continued to throw objects, so officers kept pushing them back from the federal building. Again, 8 people were arrested, and right now, downtown Seattle is still being watched closely. This is a developing story, and we will keep you updated as we learn more. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
All right, Hannah, thanks so much. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is confident it will catch Travis Decker and bring him to justice.
Decker is the Wenatchee father accused of murdering his 3 young girls, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia. The Sheriff's Office held a press conference yesterday outlining the latest on the search effort, saying they remain vigilant, following up on tips and working closely with other agencies and neighboring counties in the search for Decker.
Every single day Travis is out there, he's going to have to aim for perfection. He's not going to be able to make a mistake, because all we need is one mistake and one day to go in our favor, and he's going to be in our custody. So I hope he's watching. I hope he knows that we haven't given up, but you're going to have to be perfect every single day, Travis.
The Sheriff's Office also reiterated that people in the Ingalls Creek and Valley High area near Blewett Pass should continue to lock their homes and cars, stay alert, and call 911 if they see any suspicious activity. Sheriff Morrison also made it clear that they want to bring Decker in alive so he can stand trial.
We want to find him. We want to bring him to justice. We want to set up the opportunity for him to stand in front of our courts and our judges and face justice and hear the voices of Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia, whose lives were senselessly taken by evil.
If you believe that you see Decker, call the Chelan County Sheriff's Office tip line, submit a tip online, or call 911.
Your time is now 8 minutes after 6 o'clock.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray, who is tracking some of that smoky conditions and where a lot of us are noticing we're waking up to this morning. We'll have a check-in with him coming up right after the break.
And it is opening day for the new Home Depot on Spokane South Hill. Neighbors are already dealing with traffic trouble. We have the story coming up.
A cyber attack hits a major food distributor, leaving shelves at some grocery stores empty and pharmacy patients waiting days for their prescriptions. That story is coming next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This summer, if you're looking for a new Toyota at Findlay Downtown Toyota, we've got great special offers going on now on RAV4s, as well as great financing on Tundra and Tacoma trucks.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
BECU wants to help celebrate your dad this June with the Fantastic Father's Day contest. Send us a photo of your father and tell us the impact he's had on your life. He'll be entered for a chance to win a $100 gift card to Agers Meats. Fantastic Fathers, brought to you by BECU.
Every great performance starts with a great night's sleep. Thanks to new Natrol Sleep and Restore, which helps me be this me, this me, this me. I'm kidding. To be my best at all of this, I have to be my best at this. Every great night's sleep starts with Natrol.
New Natrol Sleep and Restore for your ultimate restorative sleep.
The great outdoors is calling, and it's time to get out. Get there safely with Perfection and Toyo tires. Proudly made in the USA with long tread life and durability for unbeatable performance on the road or when there is no road at all. Backed with Perfection tires' great warranties, easy credit, and low pricing. Perfection Tire and Toyo tires are here for however you adventure. Nobody beats perfection.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival, presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians, returns to Pend Oreille County June 14th and 15th. From Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise, a 5K fun run, and food vendors from across the region, this event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Get your tickets to hear from the country's foremost experts about their Bigfoot sightings and fieldwork both Saturday and Sunday. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mfbigfoot.com.
4 News Now's Get Outside Guide is brought to you by Click It RV.
It is now just about 6:12. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. A federal judge has ordered the release of a former Columbia University graduate student from detention.
Mahmoud Khalil served as a liaison between pro-Palestinian student protesters and school administrators during campus demonstrations last year. His arrest was part of the Trump administration's crackdown on anti-Semitism at colleges. Khalil spent 3 months in a Louisiana prison, missing his graduation and the birth of his first son.
Attackers killed at least 5 workers from the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation and injured several others last night. The aid group says some team members may have been taken hostage during the bus attack. The foundation blames Hamas for the assault, though the militant group has not responded. The U.S. and Israeli-backed organization faces criticism from international aid agencies. Separately, Israeli forces recovered 2 deceased hostages during a military operation.
A cyber attack on major food distributor United Natural Foods is causing empty shelves at grocery stores and pharmacies nationwide. The company supplies more than 30,000 stores, including Whole Foods and Cub Foods. UNFI shut down ordering and shipping systems after this attack. Some pharmacy customers now waiting more than 4 days for prescriptions. The company is working with the FBI to restore systems gradually while shipping on a limited basis.
Takeaways today in your forecast. The smoke is going to be lingering with us this morning, and I do expect at least a little improvement by the afternoon. We'll see cooler conditions and continued isolated rain and storms in your days ahead.
The wait is over. The new Home Depot on Spokane South Hill opened this morning. It's located on 44th and Regal, right across the street from the Ace Hardware. While many are excited to check out the new store, some are worried about increased traffic in the area.
That store is right where Regal narrows to 1 lane past 44th Street. Twig's Bistro sits directly across from the traffic bottleneck on Regal there, and General Manager James Gross welcomes this new business, but he tells us he's already seeing some major backups in the area.
When school gets out, everybody seems to be right here.
Now, we have reached out to the city to see if anything is being done to help with this congestion. It says, as of right now, there are no plans to widen Regal. Busy area, but an exciting day for shoppers up there.
Yeah, it is now 6:14.
President Trump defends troop deployment as immigration protests grow. Just ahead, the federal crackdown now reaching Spokane and cities all across America.
First, we need to take a commercial break. As we do, here is a live look at your Thursday morning of One Spokane Stadium, where the Spokane Velocity tied Charlotte last night 1-1. We'll be right back.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. And we'll always be there on 4 News Now.
When you call the advocates, you'll see right away, we don't fiddle around.
We don't waste time.
Don't dilly-dally.
We don't burn daylight.
Because this isn't our first rodeo.
Or a second.
We know the ropes.
Ben's the dance.
We've been down this road.
We know the score.
We've been there.
Got the t-shirt.
Done it all?
Seen it all.
Which means the advocates is the place to call for your injury case. We'll fight to get you the most.
And don't dilly-dally.
Don't start that again. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
The Inland Northwest is a vibrant community, rich in tradition and pride. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like nitrates, bacteria, and PFAS. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
If you've been waiting for the perfect time to get great deals on Toyota Tundra or Tacoma trucks, then you're gonna love the offers we're rolling out now at Findlay Downtown Toyota. Take advantage of the most aggressive prices of the year with bigger than normal trade-in values. And this week, with any new Tundra or Tacoma truck purchase, Findlay will give you a $1,000 gas card or up to $1,000 off new accessories, making it the perfect time to get that new truck you've been wanting from Findlay.
Hi friends, Chanel here with my friend Sammy. We're hosting a summer solstice celebration at Mistaqua Casino Hotel on Friday, June 20th from 3 to 9 p.m. and you're invited.
She sets me free.
That's right, and I'm bringing the whole band. We'll play from 6 to 9 p.m. for you. There's lots of fun, food, prizes, all at Mistaqua Casino Hotel in Chewelah.
With USPS Ground Advantage, it's like you're with us every step of the way.
Right on time.
Stay in the know from your dock to their door.
I hope for people that choose to watch my forecast on Good Morning Northwest is as you're making your plans for the day, you know what's coming up for your day and how to plan it, and that you have a little bit of fun on the way.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
We think three-pointers should be called triple play.
And we brought in a basketball expert to support us.
Just former college and pro star Rob Sacre. So, Rob, what do we call, one of these?
Triple play. You know, shooting triple plays wasn't exactly my specialty.
Well, outside shooters are well outside our budget.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Rob, how did you score?
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. It's now 6:17. Tensions are rising in cities nationwide, including, as you know, right here in Spokane, in anger over the president's administration's immigration crackdown.
The epicenter of these protests in the city of Los Angeles, where more than 200 people were arrested there overnight amid a federal troop deployment to the city. Here's ABC's Perry Russum.
Good morning. It appears ICE is intensifying their sweeps. We're seeing arrests across the country, from farms to meat production facilities to construction sites. President Trump arriving at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. last night to a mixture of cheers and boos as he defends his decision to deploy National Guard troops and Marines in Los Angeles.
If I didn't act quickly on that, Los Angeles would be burning to the ground right now.
I said of L.A. I said of L.A.
Overnight, more anti-ICE protesters detained in L.A., the 6th night in a row of civil unrest in a small, condensed part of the downtown area.
99.99% of people who live in Los Angeles City or live in Los Angeles County have not committed any illegal acts in connection with this protest whatsoever.
Protesters seen running as mounted police move in, clearing the streets, enforcing another night of curfews. ICE intensifying their sweeps across the country. Agents seen chasing workers through a strawberry field in California. And in Nebraska, dozens arrested at a meat production plant. Back in California, a hearing is set for today after Governor Gavin Newsom sued the Trump administration, trying to block the use of the military to enforce federal immigration laws. Lawyers for the Department of Justice now calling that lawsuit a crass political stunt. All of this happening ahead of the military parade this weekend right here in D.C. It's going to be met with what's being called the No Kings protests. They're going to be happening across the country, but not here in D.C. The White House says they do support peaceful protests. Perry Russell, ABC News, Washington.
Here is your live look this morning. This is One Spokane Stadium. Mentioned going into break. Velocity had a game last night, and this is not too far from where the protests were happening, literally like, you know, a block or so away. And some of the folks there were struggling with the pepper spray that was in the air or whatever toxin was in the air.
Yeah,
So yeah,
not a fun scene there last night.
Was not a great scene this morning as far as like air quality goes.
Yeah, speaking of things in the air, yes, wildfire smoke. So if you're particularly sensitive to that this morning, you're going to smell it. It's going to be, you know, there's little particles that you can't smell, but that's the stuff that can really mess you up when you're talking about, you know, getting down deep into your lungs. And that's the stuff when we talk about why wildfire smoke is so dangerous. That's one of those things. So if you're particularly sensitive, if it even gets a little smoky and you're one of those people where you're like, oh, this is like the worst, I feel so terrible, this is one of those mornings for you where it's a good idea to really take it easy. 56 degrees right now in Spokane. Our air quality in the 101 range and the 100 range, which is unhealthy for sensitive groups, that orange category. So, hey, sensitive folks, just a few hours here where we're going to continue to see this smoke around the region. So this is all getting carried northwards. About the thickest smoke is around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene right now here this morning. It's going to continue to track to the north. We've been in the green so far today around Sandpoint, but I do expect things to deteriorate here as we head towards 8, 9 o'clock. Same with smoke headed towards Colville, Cusick, Medellin Falls. Bonners Ferry will get in on the action eventually, although it looks like it'll be a little bit more dispersed as we head towards 10, 11 o'clock. We'll see some lingering smoke and haze around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but by the time we get to lunchtime, I'm expecting our air quality to be improved from where it is right now, and generally for our conditions to be kind of back towards normal, which is a much nicer day than we've seen over the past couple of days. But boy, the smoke this morning, just a reminder here that wildfire season is getting started early around the Pacific Northwest, with that fire coming all the way, or that smoke rather, coming all the way from a fire in the Columbia Gorge. So hazy conditions through about 11 o'clock. We'll see things improve through the afternoon. Partly cloudy, oh my God, partly cloudy skies, 80 degrees. What a mess. Here's your temperatures across the area today, and here is your 7-day forecast. Really nice looking Father's Day weekend. Got to mention that for sure. We'll continue to see just 1 or 2 storms up in the mountains, but no reasonably notable rain.
It's going to be really a nice Father's Day.
I know.
Excited for this weekend.
There's that, yeah.
Yeah, get outside this weekend. It's going to be a good one.
Matt, thanks so much. It's now 6:22.
Well, the NBA Finals continued last night between the Indiana Pacers and the OKC Thunder, with last night's matchup going to the Pacers. Jack Wallace is breaking it all down for us. That's coming up next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's Walker's Furniture's 45th anniversary sale, where you can buy like friends and family with savings up to 45% off.
Or get no interest financing for up to 5 years.
It's a great time to save at Walker's.
It's time to celebrate all dads and grads. This week at both Cal locations in Airway Heights and on 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene.
And that means some of the best deals of the year on fun new rides for summer. Plus delayed payments until September 1st and an extra $500 trade-in value for your old ride. Plus, everyone can enter for a chance to win a Traeger grill at each location.
This is one sale you can't afford to miss. This week at both Cal locations.
The Blue Compass RV All-American Summer Road Trip is on, with new RVs starting at just $97 a month. Plus, in-store only specials at our 100-plus locations coast to coast. Big country, big adventure, big savings, only at Blue Compass RV.
Need a new garage door?
Sorry.
We know your garage door is more than just a door. It's also curb appeal and security. That's why our expertly trained technicians bring precision to every install. Precision garage door service, fast, reliable, and a great investment for your home. Give us a call today.
Playing baseball at Gonzaga University was a dream come true for me. I went from playing an organized sport to life, which is very much unorganized.
Guess we're the adults now, but BECU is always there to help us out.
Things to think about are paying bills, affording a house, planning for college, taking care of dogs.
We have so much to plan for. Having BECU as a partner just gives us total peace of mind.
Hi, I'm Doug Trudeau with Trudeau's Marina. It's summertime. It's time to get out on the water and experience the fun of boating. We have a huge selection of new boats to choose from. Find the best fit for you and your family at Trudeau's Marina. All our boats are powered by Mercruiser. So if you're in the market for a boat, come in and see us at Trudeau's Marina in downtown Spokane.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace. The Indiana Pacers continue their dream run through the NBA playoffs, defeating the Oklahoma City Thunder, take a 2-1 lead in the NBA Finals. Last night's stars were Indiana's bench and defense. Benedict Mathurin, 27 points. TJ McConnell, 5 steals, 5 assists, plus Miles Turner crushing any Oklahoma City interior presence in the fourth quarter. Indiana also added 11 blocks. Turner's 5 alone outpaced OKC's 4. And former Gonzaga star Andrew Nembhard took another lead in the finals with the win, while his former teammate Chet Holmgren is again on the wrong side of the series lead. Holmgren spoke postgame on his reaction to the unfortunate end of the game.
You could look at every single breakdown and see an opportunity to be better. We got to understand that no game's going to be perfect. Next game's not going to be perfect, but we have to watch the film and see what we can do to put ourselves in a better position to win the game.
Absolute clamps that you're watching right now. Chet and the Thunder are going to need a lot more come Game 4. Now, that matchup comes up tomorrow. Only a 2-day gap. That's the shortest between any games this final series. We're going to be back tonight at 6 and Nightside for more sports.
Your time is now 6:26.
We're following some breaking news this morning of an Air India flight with more than 240 people on board that crashed shortly after takeoff. Hannah Joy has the latest on the rescue efforts and who was on that plane. Coming up.
We are here outside of the ICE office on West Cataldo, where last night protests erupted. Everything you need to know as our downtown comes out of a curfew just ahead.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the defense rests in the Karen Reed murder case. The jury will soon decide her fate.
Without the jury, we'll have our charge conference here in person. Then I'll give you the rest of the day to get your closing arguments ready.
Reed, after court telling cameras, she feels confident.
I feel good about the jury. Yeah, we selected them. I was there. I took part in it.
Karen Reed is accused of hitting her police officer boyfriend John O'Keefe with her SUV, leaving him to die in the snow after a night of drinking. The last witness of the trial, an accident reconstructionist, on cross-examination telling the jury he doesn't think O'Keefe's injuries were caused by a car.
I don't think he even got hit by the car, sir.
And coming up at 7 a.m., legal expert Dan Abrams weighs in live with what both sides need to accomplish in their closing arguments. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better. So this is better. That too. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Dupixent's not for sudden breathing problems. It helps prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue or throat swelling, wheezing or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled, and with a specific marker of inflammation.
live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Post Falls ER and Hospital.
Here at Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're more than just a car dealership. We're family. For the past 53 years, we've been proudly serving our community.
We offer the best vehicles with a nationwide lifetime warranty.
From coast to coast, we've got you covered.
Whether you're looking for an affordable used car, we're looking to upgrade to a new Honda. We're here to make the process simple and stress-free.
It's not just about selling cars.
We give back to local charities and support our community.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty. When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family. At Craig Swamp & Associates, we treat every client like one of our own.
We're not just a business. We're a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swamp & Associates, it felt like I was talking to family. They got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
Call Craig Swamp & Associates and let us show you what it means to be treated like family. Just one call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
What does it mean to be here for good? It means being here for the artists who dream, the shop owner who knows your order by heart, and the mentors who leave a lasting impact. Here for singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game and big comeback stories. Here for the long haul from Omak to Sandpoint to Baker City. Here for your family, your neighbors, for you. STCU. Here for good.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Thursday, June 12th. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray and your first alert forecast kicking off this half hour.
And it is smoky out there this morning. You can kind of see a little bit of that haze on the horizon, and our air quality, especially the Airway Heights area, up to 101 on the index. That is unhealthy for sensitive groups. If you are sensitive to smoke, it's going to hit you right as you step out the door this morning. Just, limit your time outdoors, folks, sensitive to that sort of thing. So we've got moderate air quality for the Pullman area down to the Tri-Cities through Britsville into Spokane. Now beginning to track to the north, getting closer to the Newport area. Still green in Newport for now. We're also seeing that air quality drop to moderate around Coeur d'Alene. But this is the overall kind of picture here with that smoke just trailing for the Tri-Cities area and tracking up north towards Spokane. It's all because of this fire that broke out last night in the Columbia Gorge, and the winds have just been pushing that. You can see that just right into our area this morning. They'll continue to track to the north, so expect some air quality disruptions today around places like Sandpoint, Medellin Falls, into Colville as well. And we'll see things dissipate a little bit as that smoke tracks towards Bonners Ferry later this morning. We'll take you through your afternoon coming up.
Matt, thanks. We told you earlier about protests downtown leading to the mayor declaring a state of emergency. This map on your screen shows what areas it affected. You can see the boundaries from Boone south to Spokane Falls Boulevard and from Howard Street east to Division. A curfew that started at 9 was just lifted about an hour and a half ago at 5 this morning.
One of those two protests was led by former City Council President Ben Stuckert. He was released from jail this morning. Our Alexander Coniards joins us live from outside of the Spokane ICE office with the latest details. And Alexander, how are things looking out there this morning now that the curfew's lifted?
Things are looking very different here this morning. Honestly, a whole 360-degree turn from the situation last night. Now, just to give you some context, like you said, we are right here outside of the ICE facility on West Cataldo, close to the street's intersection with Washington. Now, last night, this place had smoke in the air. So many protesters packed the streets, and a lot of police officers were in presence as well. And it all started with a Facebook post from Stuckert making a call to action, asking people to help him stop ICE agents from who he says were taking away a young Venezuelan asylum seeker that he is said to be the legal guardian of. Now, the protest started just around 2 p.m. and lasted up until that curfew, which started at 9. People sat in front of a bus that was reportedly taking the young man to an ICE processing center in Tacoma. After the protest, Mayor Lisa Brown said in a press conference that what started out as peaceful got out of hand when some people vandalized property and didn't leave when they were told to.
I know there is tremendous fear amongst our local immigrant and refugee community. My heart goes out to families who are separated or are fearful of what might happen to them in their workplace or as they proceed about their lives in Spokane.
By the time police arrived on the scene here, things took a turn. A different protest was happening in a different part of downtown that ended up merging towards the one outside of this ICE facility. Now, as we mentioned earlier, Spokane Police reports that more than 30 people were detained in relation to this, and more than 180 officers were deployed. Now, luckily, at this time, no major injuries have been reported. For now, reporting live, Alexandra Conyarts, sending it back to you.
We are following breaking news out of India. Take a look at this. You can see a ton of smoke in the sky. This happened early this morning when an Air India flight headed to London crashed just moments after takeoff. What we know is that more than 200 people were on board. The flight took off just after 1 this morning, but minutes later, the crew sent out a Mayday call. Now, the plane never made it far before it slammed into a neighborhood and exploded. Emergency crews got there quickly, and so far, they've pulled out dozens of bodies. Sadly, there's fear no one survived. And get this, this is believed to be the first time a Boeing 787 Dreamliner has ever crashed. We also know there were people on board from India, the UK, Canada, and Portugal. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. We're now following up on a shooting we first reported on earlier this week. Police say that 2 neighbors shot and killed a man Tuesday night in Kettle Falls.
They say he threatened people with a rifle on Old Kettle Road. The Stevens County Sheriff says 45-year-old Joshua West fired at someone on a porch. Then 2 neighbors tried to de-escalate the situation and returned fire.
We had this gut feeling it wasn't over. Unfortunately, that was what happened.
Witnesses say West was pacing with the rifle and pointing it at neighbors before the deadly shooting. The sheriff's office hasn't arrested anyone in the shooting, but the investigation isn't over. Do you notice a shift in the homeless situation in downtown Spokane?
Well, the city says a new approach dedicated to take 8 months ago is now seeing some success. The city adopted a scattered shelter site model, moving away from traditional large shelters and towards smaller shelters spread throughout the city. The new system has helped 1,000 people at 8 different locations. The city reports a 41% success rate for the people that are exiting homelessness through the scattered site model, compared to just 7% at traditional emergency shelters. The current contract supporting this program expires this month.
We're moving forward with a 3-month extension that will get us through September 30th of 2025.
And the Spokane City Council will vote on the contract extension. The department running the model says its goal is to make this the city of Spokane's long-term approach towards homelessness. Good morning, Northwest time right now, 6:37.
Meteorologist Matt Gray back in, taking a look at what's happening. Where are we looking now?
All right, so this is the Tyler exit on I-90, so past South of Cheney here, and you can see that smoke and haze in the air. This is where some of the thickest smoke has been, moving up from the Ritzville area into the Spokane area, and then tracking further north later this morning. We'll show you where it's headed and talk more about some nicer parts of the forecast coming up.
The Spokane Transit Authority's CEO search sparks controversy over transparency. Why one task force member calls the process unfair to the public. That's next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this is the perfect time to join Move Fitness for almost $1 a day to get your body sculpted for the swimsuit season.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the Entyvio pen. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
Entyvio, Entyvio, Entyvio.
You are cordially invited to Kerner Furniture's annual warehouse event.
What can you expect?
An amazing selection
With unbeatable customer service.
and the lowest Lazy Boy prices around.
Stop in now during Kerner Furniture's annual warehouse event and shop living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture all at warehouse event pricing.
You don't have to RSVP for this event. Just come on down to Kerner Furniture's annual warehouse event. Nice store, low prices.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Welcome back at 6:40. The Spokane Transit Authority needs a new CEO to run an agency that handles more than 1 million rides annually.
A consulting firm interviewed employees and community members to find the right candidate. For the CEO search task force narrowed down the options and recommended one candidate to community and employee feedback. But the recommendation of only one candidate has now sparked controversy over transparency and public input.
I was the only person that voted no. 3 board members voted yes to move one finalist forward. And during that meeting, I said I believe that this is not full, transparent, and an open process that the public was expecting from us.
Members of the task force defended their decision to recommend just one qualified candidate. Critics say this approach removes choices from the board and community. The STA board will meet this month to review the process in a board meeting that is open to the public.
Takeaways today in your forecast. Smoke this morning. Definitely not ideal, but a reminder that wildfire season is getting started early this year around the Pacific Northwest. Cooler weather today. That'll be more exciting to talk about coming up.
Well, we are teaming up with BECU to honor all the loving, hardworking dads for this Father's Day.
Yeah, 3 lucky dads will win a $100 gift card to Eggers Meats. This is Patrick Kern. The message says, "My dad served our country in the U.S. Air Force, retiring only to take on the responsibility of helping his daughter raise and provide for my son as a single mom. I owe my dad everything."
And this here is Matt Poff. The message says he works 100 hours every 2 weeks in the heat and still finds time to help coach his daughter's softball team. He deserves the world to know that his wife and 2 girls thinks he hangs the moon. Well, if you'd like a chance to win, all you got to do, go to KXLY.com/Father's Day and submit a photo of the dad in your life. Tell us why he deserves recognition. We'll be choosing winners this Saturday, June 14th. Of course, the day before Father's Day. It's coming up quick.
Sure is. It's now 6:42.
America's busiest ports are now seeing a massive drop in imports as tariffs hit 145%. The new trade agreement that could change everything. Straight ahead.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where you'll find new Sierra 1500s with savings up to $19,250 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Winter Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett is an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
Dads of North Spokane, listen up. This month, R&R RV in North Spokane is making your dreams come true. Trade up your old RV for a newer used RV and get a free Traeger grill with your purchase. Whether it's road trips, campouts, or tailgates, Dad will be ready to roll and grill in style. Don't miss out on this incredible trade up for Dad event. Visit R&R RV in North Spokane today, home of the West Coast's largest indoor showroom, just off Division at 525 East Francis.
Comfort and peace. When a loved one is in need of end-of-life care, it's more than care. It's warmth and dignity in the face of advanced illness. Courage binds us all. The courage in facing a terminal illness together. Our care team have dedicated their lives to alleviating pain, discomfort, and providing licensed around-the-clock medical attention. We are Hospice of North Idaho, and we are honored to care for your loved one.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where new Sierra 2500s come with $5,500 off MSRP or 3.95% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
Welcome back. Your time right now, 6:45, and here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein faces another conviction in his retrial on sex crime charges.
A New York jury convicted the former movie studio boss of forcibly subjecting a woman to a criminal sex act in 2006. The 73-year-old Weinstein was acquitted of another sex crime charge. Jurors continue to deliberate today on a third charge alleging he raped another woman in 2013. Weinstein's 2020 conviction was overturned by New York's highest court, leading to this retrial. He remains in prison on a separate California conviction.
Part of the latest trade agreement between China and the U.S. includes China allowing more exports of rare earth minerals. But the Wall Street Journal now says China is putting a 6-month limit on those licenses. The agreement still needs to be approved by both President Trump and China's leader.
The agreement would also scale back Trump's tariffs on Chinese imports. When those tariffs hit 145%, they led to deep cuts in activity on some of America's busiest ports. New data shows imports at Long Beach, California, dropping 21%, while those in Tacoma dropped nearly 40%.
The Kilauea volcano in Hawaii put on a fiery show yesterday, spewing lava high into the air. The U.S. Geological Survey said the latest eruption began just before noon. The agency added that lava fountaining from the volcano had reached heights of approximately 330 feet. The USGS says most eruptions last for around a day.
Wow, incredible. And here is a live look this morning. One Spokane Stadium right across the street from us here at 500 West Boone Avenue.
Looking very green this morning.
Smelling very smoky.
I mean, you can see the haze at the top there where it's just coming over here. So, yeah, just what it looks now would appear to be multiple fires down towards the Columbia River and the Columbia River Gorge. And they've been sending that smoke our way as we've gone through the night. And that brings us to our forecast for today. Those hazy skies will continue through the morning hours. It's 56 degrees right now. So our cooling trend is definitely making a difference in the temperatures. Unfortunately, a little bit less enjoyable when it smells like a campfire everywhere you go. We'll continue to see these south to southwest winds through the morning, and so that'll keep things likely hazy, at least for the mid-morning. By late morning, I do think we have an opportunity to see some improvements. Temperatures will go from the low 60s into the 70s by the time we hit lunchtime. So you've got this fire in the Columbia Gorge, the Rowena fire. That's the big one here, but there are a couple more that are likely adding to some of this smoke that's going to continue to track across eastern Washington this morning. The bulk of the smoke, which came from when that fire broke out last night, is going to be moving up north towards Colville, towards Sandpoint. But take a look what happens here in the simulation for the afternoon. You notice the winds start to change a little bit, and as that smoke elevates, it gets out of our atmosphere. We see improving conditions, and that smoke starts headed away from us. We'll have to keep an eye on things in the LC Valley and around the Blue Mountains as we get into the afternoon and the evening, however, for more potential air quality issues. So it's going to be a day-by-day thing at this point with active fires upwind of our region in many places. Your highs for today, high about 80 degrees in Spokane, 79 in Coeur d'Alene. So our cooling trend continues. Hey, only upper 80s in Moses Lake. Not bad. Same for the LC Valley. We'll be very close to 90 degrees, but a lot of us won't quite get there in some of those, hot spots. So as far as the overall air quality picture, most of us hovering around the moderate range for a good portion of today. We'll call it good for tomorrow for the time being. Now, certainly, depending on what happens this afternoon, that could certainly change. What else are we looking at? Well, there will be an opportunity again right along the U.S.-Canada border for a couple of showers and storms. We'll be on the lookout for isolated lightning strikes. We did see a few sprinkles in North Idaho this morning. If you have a chance tomorrow morning for a little bit of more light rain moving in. So, unfortunately, it's no big rain that could really help us out here. And that means, just like we see with the smoke, fire season looks like it is getting started early.
Not a good indicator there.
No. We'll have your 7-day forecast coming up here in a few minutes.
All right, Matt, thanks.
Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:49.
Your morning sprint is coming up next. Thanks for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest. See you after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
What's for dinner? Shop Fred Meyer for appetizing ingredients and big savings, like $600 in digital coupons and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It's the 45th anniversary sale at Walker's Furniture.
This is one of our favorite events where we get to celebrate these great years with you.
And that means friends and family pricing throughout the store, with savings up to 45% off.
Or get no interest financing for up to 5 years. So you can get it today and pay over time.
From our family to yours, we'd like to thank you for 45 wonderful years.
Hi friends, Chanel here with my friend Sammy. We're hosting a summer solstice celebration at Mistaqua Casino Hotel on Friday, June 20th from 3 to 9 p.m. and you're invited.
She sets me free. That's right, and I'm bringing the whole band. We'll play from 6 to 9 p.m. for you. There's lots of fun, food, prizes, all at Mistaqua Casino Hotel in Chewelah.
One call, that's all, means we take care of everything after your car wreck.
From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops,
Craig Swap and Associates made the whole process so easy.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999. Life moves pretty fast. Work, kids, responsibilities. Where do you find time for you? At Move Fitness, we make it easy. For about $1 a day, you can build a routine that fits your busy life. With flexible hours, expert trainers, and a supportive community, getting started is easier than ever. So why wait? Make time for you for about $1 a day and discover what Move can do for you.
Join the movement.
It's Operation Dads and Grads this week at both Cal locations, where you can get an extra $500 for your trade-in, plus delay all payments for 60 days and enter to win a Traeger grill this week at Cal.
What's for dinner? Shop Fred Meyer for appetizing ingredients and big savings, like $600 in digital coupons and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:53, and it's time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint.
And we start the day with smoky skies. It's hanging in the air across the region. Meteorologist Matt Gray is tracking what's behind it.
Hannah Joy live in studio this morning following the latest updates on last night's protest in Seattle. But first, Alexandra Koniartz is live at the ICE building in downtown Spokane.
We are here outside of the ICE office in Spokane, right here on West Cataldo, where last night protests took over the street following a Facebook post from former city council member Ben Stuckert asking people to join him in stopping ICE agents from taking away a young Venezuelan asylum seeker. Things escalated quickly, leading to the mayor declaring a state of emergency and curfew. Spokane police reports that at least 30 people were detained and 180 officers were deployed. So far, no major injuries have been reported.
We are also following more breaking news. Police arrested 8 people when a protest in downtown Seattle took a violent turn. In this video, you see many police officers at the scene last night. The protest was organized to take a stand against ICE and immigration policies. But Seattle police say things turned really violent. This is what happened last night. Hundreds of people marched through downtown and headed to the federal building. Then around 10 p.m., things got heated. Police say people started throwing fireworks, rocks, and even cement at officers. And right now, police are watching downtown Seattle very closely.
More breaking news this morning. If you're smelling smoke today, this may be why. This is the Rowena fire burning in the Columbia River Gorge near Lyle, Washington. It's happening right now near the Oregon border. There's a couple fires down in that area. More than 3,300 homes were under evacuation orders last night, and that smoke has now made its way to Spokane.
Yeah, it looks like one of multiple fires will likely be tracking in the days ahead because a lot of times they're going to be upwind of us, sending smoke this way, and that includes this morning. Unhealthy for sensitive groups in the Spokane area when it comes to air quality this morning. We will see some improvements later in the day as the bulk of that smoke from last night that's worked its way up here begins to move on further north. However, we continue to see hazy skies, I think at least through about lunchtime. Some improving conditions in the afternoon. Overall, temperatures will be cooler today, so we'll spend most of the day in the 70s. Highs will be right about 80 degrees this afternoon. We'll continue to see that light afternoon breeze, which will likely continue to raise fire danger above normal levels.
The Chelan County Sheriff is confident he and his team will catch Travis Decker, the Wenatchee father accused of killing his 3 young daughters. They're following up on tips and working with other agencies, urging people near Blewett Pass to stay alert and lock their homes and cars. The sheriff says they want to bring Decker in alive to stay on trial. If you have seen Travis Decker, call 911 or the tip line.
And more breaking news this morning out of India. Today, an Air India flight crashed this morning that was headed to London just minutes after it took off. There were more than 200 people on board this flight. Took off just after 1 a.m., but shortly after the crew sent out a mayday call. The plane did not make it far before slamming into a neighborhood and exploding. Emergency crews rushed to the scene, and so far they've pulled out dozens of bodies, and it looks like there are no survivors. This is believed to be the first time a Boeing 787 Dreamliner has ever gone down, and we're told passengers were from India, the UK, Canada, and Portugal. For updates on this crash and the investigation, tune in to Good Morning America.
Following up on a shooting we first reported earlier this week, police say 2 neighbors shot and killed a man Tuesday night in Kettle Falls. They say he threatened people with a rifle on Old Kettle Road. The Stevens County Sheriff's Office says 45-year-old Joshua West fired at someone on a porch. Then 2 neighbors tried to de-escalate that situation and ended up returning fire. Witnesses say West was pacing with the rifle and pointing it at neighbors before the deadly shooting. The sheriff's office hasn't arrested anyone in that shooting, but the investigation is not over.
A major shift in how Spokane tackles homelessness may be paying off. 8 months ago, the city moved away from large shelters, opting instead for smaller sites all across town. That scattered site model has helped 1,000 people with a 41% success rate in getting folks housed. That's compared to just 7% at traditional shelters. The current contract runs through the end of this month. City Council will soon decide whether or not to keep it going.
The wait is over. The new Home Depot on Spokane South Hill opens this morning. It's located at 44th and Regal, right across the street from the Ace Hardware. While many people are excited to check out the new store, some are worried about increased traffic in the area. The store is right where Regal narrows to 1 lane past 44th. We reached out to the city to see if anything's being done with congestion. They say, as of now, not yet.
And we'll be back with a final check of weather with Matt Gray after this.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union, money where it matters.
Starting over is hard following a divorce because now it's just you. You are the one making the financial decisions for your family. As I've gone through this process, BECU was incredibly helpful. making sure that I could track down the financial documents that I needed or to open an account with my new name. I'm really proud of how far I've come, how I've been able to rebuild for myself and my family, and BECU is an important part of that.
Need a new garage door?
Sorry.
Give us a call today.
Hazy skies as some wildfire smoke moves over Spokane. It is early June. Did not think I was going to be talking about this today, but here we are as these dry conditions continue around the inland Northwest. Cooler weather and a really nice looking Father's Day weekend shaping up for us. Temperatures in the upper 70s and sunshine. Can't ask for much nicer conditions than that. We will continue to look for a couple of isolated mountain storms over the next several days, but no major rain in the forecast.
Well, thanks for kicking off your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
Yeah, we loved having you along. Stick around. We'll bring you live local updates coming up throughout the morning on Good Morning America. It starts right now.